The shadow is the unconscious aspect of the personality comprising the thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that are repressed or denied. Everybody has the subconscious programming that is steering most of our decisions. And some say that discovering this hidden life script leads to a deep understanding of your true self. In my video about shadow work, I have prepared you for the following exercises. If you have not watched it yet, please do so now. Should you want to skip the instructions or any part of the exercises, please be aware that they will not work anymore. I know from earlier participants that in this case, you will most likely regret it. Also, stick around to the end, because there is a big reveal waiting for you. Disclaimer: the result of the following exercise may cause a strong emotional reaction. Please treat it cautiously. For the best outcome, do this sober and in a stable mood. What follows are 3 short exercises. The first is a quick warm-up to get you focused. The second exercise activates your subconscious mind. And the third extracts your shadow. For all exercises, you will need a pen and paper. Please make sure to have both in front of you. We will look at the results once all exercises are complete. Exercise 1. The essay. I will show you a short scene, give you a headline, and I want you to write a short essay about it. However, for this essay there are 2 rules. Rule number 1, do not write the headline down. Rule number 2, do not lift your pen. You will write continuously, with no space in between letters or words, just like so. What you write does not need to make any sense. We are not looking at the content of the essay, but at how well you can focus. This will only take 2 or 3 minutes. At the end of your essay, I want you to conclude with a summary sentence. These are the only 2 rules. If you break one of the rules, please stop the exercise and move on to the next. Get ready now and remember, don't write the headline down, never lift your pen, and conclude with a summary. Here is your clip. The headline is I, the paper, and you can start writing immediately. Now slowly come to the conclusion. Okay, that's it. Well done. Exercise 2. The interview. I want you to pick a famous person, alive or dead, any person that comes to mind. In this exercise, you are a successful investigative reporter, and the famous person you picked is your guest of the day. Think my next guest. You have an audience, and you really want to entertain them with your questions. So you want to get something fresh and new out of this person, something that nobody knows yet. Ideally, you want to expose them somehow. So I want you to think of 5 questions. First, a warm-up question. You want your guest to feel welcomed, so you ask them something light about their life. Second, you raise the tension a little bit. Your next question should give you more insights about them and should be more specific. Ideally, you want them to tell you something that not many people know about. The third question should be an attack. It should force them to reveal something that everybody is going to be shocked about, something that you think will be insightful or new about your guest. You want to have your audience on the edge of their seats. Your next question should build on the last one and go even deeper. Now you want to back your guest into the corner and force them to say something revealing or maybe even embarrassing. You really want your guest to sweat. The last question is your killer question. It should totally destroy them. Make them regret that they agreed to this interview. Remember, you want to give your audience the best show that they saw. You want to entertain them. So don't be shy and let your guest sweat. For this exercise, you can take all the time you need. Once you are finished, go on to the next exercise. Exercise 3. The friend, the enemy. For this exercise, I want you to think of somebody you like in your life. For example, a good friend, a colleague, or a fellow student. And of somebody you can't stand. Write both names down in 2 columns next to each other. Now make notes what specifically you like in the one and what specifically you can't stand in the other. Once you are finished, continue to the next part. What happened? Tapping into your subconscious mind is a tedious and laborful task. This is because it is hidden from you. Your conscious mind is in the way, protecting your subconscious. So what happened in these exercises? Well, in short, the main goal of them was to distract your mind from the real, underlying exercise, which was to project your hidden, suppressed aspects onto the exercises. In psychotherapy, this is sometimes referred to as transference, where a patient projects their feelings about others onto the therapist. Sometimes the therapist puts the patient onto a couch so they don't see them. This is to prevent transference and let the patient focus on themselves. You did the same with these exercises. So, while your conscious was led to believe you write about a friend or an interview guest, in truth, you wrote about yourself. Results. Now, I want you to go back to the last exercise and relate it to you. What you find in the outer world, you suppress in the inner world. Everything that bugs you in others is not about them, but about you. The same goes for everything that you like about others. So next time you find yourself in an emotional argument with somebody else, think about this, and you will discover a bit more of yourself with every fight. The interview. Next, go back to the interview questions. Can you guess who was really the guest here? Right. It was you. Your subconscious was given a free pass by your mind to project everything and anything that it bottled up. Well, of course not everything, but the questions are the ones that your subconscious asks you on a daily basis. On a side note, the famous person you chose also says something about your subconscious. Particularly question 3 or question 4. You probably know which one is the question at the core of what's hidden in your subconscious. The essay. I have a confession to make. I was not completely honest with you when I said this is just a warm-up exercise. In fact, it was the main exercise and the most important one of all 3. Here is why. Your conscious mind was completely distracted. While you normally write automatically, even effortlessly, the task to never lift the pen required your active attention and focus. With your mind distracted, whatever you wrote came straight out of your subconscious. That's why it probably doesn't make sense in some parts. What you wrote down is an unfiltered projection of what is going on with your shadow. Now, you can go ahead and try to decipher the message of your shadow. Unfortunately, the truth is you probably can't figure it out or can only figure it out in parts. This is because you are biased and your conscious blocks your view. To help you interpret the message, we offer the possibility to apply for personalized explanation, which will be sent to you along with a visual depiction of your shadow. Here are real-life examples from earlier participants. If you're interested in a personalized analysis of your shadow's message, follow the link below and submit your essay.